Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make 3D Christmas lights in Adobe Illustrator. With that I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I've opened up a new document and I just left it to all the default settings. It's a letter size page, 8.5 by 11 inches. And I've zoomed in on the page just so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. The first thing that I want to do is press Control R on the keyboard to open up my rulers on the side and top of the page. You could also go to View and down to Rulers, and it should say Show Rulers there. So what you want to do is from the left side of your screen, click on one of the rulers and drag a guide out to somewhere in your screen. And you're just doing that because of the 3D tools that we're going to be using here. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and select my pen tool. You can press P on the keyboard, or you can go over to your tool palette and select the pen tool. And we're going to go ahead and make half of a Christmas light shape. And we're going to use this line to do it. So what we'll do is click on the line, our guide, and actually I'm going to go ahead and just make a shape, and I want you to just copy it on your screen. Whoop. Okay. Okay, almost there. A shape sort of like this ought to do the trick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that a few of these points are on exactly the same plane. So I'm going to click these 3 points here. And actually, let me go ahead and zoom in for you. This is the shape that we have right now, and I'm going to just refine this shape a little bit. What I have right now is I have these 3 points selected, and what I want to do is I want to get them all aligned. So I'm going to, with them selected, go to my aligning tools up at the top, or under Window, Align. Then they'll pop up over here. I want to left align all of them, so now they're all on the same thing there. With my direct select tool, I'm going to go ahead and select this point here, and I'm going to make this a lot smaller. I want that shape just to be a lot smaller. And I'm going to click and hold down the pen tool and get my Convert Anchor tool out, or Shift C on the keyboard. And this allows you to manipulate your anchors with the pen tool. And like I said, I'm just kind of perfecting this a little bit. And I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to waste your time. But I don't want it to come out looking real ugly either, so I think I'm going to add another point to this just to add a little more depth to my shape. Give it a little bit more of a Christmas-like look. Okay, I want these 2 points to be level vertically, so I'm going to click my vertical align tool. Now those are perfectly aligned, and we should be pretty good. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing with my selection tool. and I'm going to go up to Effect, down to 3D, and Revolve. I'm going to go ahead and click the preview button and just see what we have. And that's what we have right now. And what I think I'll do is I'll go ahead and click cancel, and I see that I want these points to move in a little bit more because the light's a little bit too big. So I'm going to click shift, and I'm going to select all three of these points, and I'm just going to arrow them in a little bit. And that should probably do it for that. So I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing again once more. And let's go ahead and make it green, since the Christmas lights are usually green. That's what I'll do. I'll also go ahead and select it. And I will go up to Effect, down to 3D, and down to Revolve. And I will click the preview button once again. And I know that it's going to look a little bit better. And I'll press OK. And you can still refine a little bit if you want, which I do. I want to make this ball on the top a little bit smaller. Okay, actually I kind of like the way that looks. So I do think that the light's still a little bit big, so I'm going to move it in one more little bit. And now that's looking pretty good, and I think I can live with that, at least so that I don't waste any of your time. And this is what we have right now, and as you can see the whole thing's green, and I just want this part of it green down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually I want this part, I want both of the fill and the interior green. You can see there's a little bit of white in there. I want these to be the same color, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see what it is. Let's make this a little bit more simple. And just open up our strokes, go down to Window, Stroke, or Swatches, excuse me, and we'll just select a green off of our swatches, and we'll make both of those the same green just from there. Okay. So now, but it would help if you had it selected. It needs to be selected in order to take on that color. Okay. Okay. Now I have it all that same color green, and it's completely solid. And what I wanted to do now is I wanted to separate this top part of the light bulb from this green part that I wanted to keep green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. I'm going to go over to my tool palette. I'm going to click down and hold on the eraser, and I'm going to click on my scissor tool. And I'm going to click right on this anchor right here. And that'll separate the two shapes. And what I'll do is I'll click on this, and let's say we wanted a blue light. I'll go ahead and click a blue color, and it should change that top to blue. And we'll go ahead and select, make sure that we have both of the stroke and the fill selected for blue. And as you can see, it's very solid, so what we might want to do is take it down the opacity to, let's see what 75% does. That's a little too much. Let's try 90%. Because you can see through a Christmas light. Not very much, but you can. Sorry, this is going a little slow. Okay, and that's what we have. And what you want to do is you'll just arrow these into place, into the place that you want. And that looks pretty good for now. Okay, and what you can do is you can draw with the pen tool. Once again, you can just select the default colors there, and you can draw little lines on the inside just to show the coils for the Christmas light there. And once again, you're going to want these to be on the same level, so we'll go ahead and align those. Go down to Window, Align. We're going to align those vertically. Need them both selected, these 2 points, and align them vertically. Get rid of our fill there, and we'll go to Window, down to Stroke, and we'll make this stroke a 0.5 stroke. Or let's go even less. Let's go 0.125 stroke. And it just gives you a hint of a coil in there, and you can just move that to wherever you want it. And I'm just selecting a couple points and making them even there. Okay, so now I have that basic shape, and we want that shape back behind everything, so we'll press, actually we'll just go up to the top here and we'll go to Object, Arrange, and we'll go to Send Backward. And that puts it just behind the blue shape. So that's what you have this this accent over the top of it now, and it looks more realistic. Okay, and now we have our basic shape. One of the last things that I want to do is just make a couple shapes down here that will complete your Christmas light. Okay, and I think what I want to do for that shape is I think I want to make another 3D shape actually. So what I'll do is I'll just draw a little shape kind of like this. Let's go ahead and bring our rulers back in. You can press the Control and then colon on the keyboard to bring up your rulers. And what I want to do is I want to make a shape just like this. And if you hold down Shift, it should keep your shape in line with itself. I want to make a shape just like that, okay? And I want to make sure that these 2 points are aligned to the left, and they are now. And what I'll do is I'll go up to Effect, 3D, and Revolve. And we'll see what that shape looks like. It's going to make a cylinder. And pretty much what I'm doing this for is to make a little bottom shape to the Christmas light before, you know, we get any wires coming out of it, or that sort of thing. Okay, and I'm just resizing it to whatever size that I want. I'm going to make it green, the same green as we have for the other part of the base. I'm just kind of making this thing in stages, as you can see. So what I'll do is I'll place that about where I want, and I want to send it to the back, so I'll go up to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. You can see that's what that looks like. And I'm going to make it a little bigger. About the size of the light, I think. It's pretty good. And I'm just going to keep moving that up until I think I want it right about like that. And that should be pretty good. And then I'm going to move down a little bit. And now at this point you could have wires coming out of here. And I think I will, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to make a couple of straight ones for now, because I think I'm running probably a little bit long here. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a shape like, well, actually, if you want, just take your selection tool and select this shape and press Control C and Control V and copy it, move it over to the left or right or wherever you want, and let's just move it in like this. You can make your chords just like that, and that'll make you a couple straight power chords that you can press Control C and Control V. You have 2 of them now. Put them right next to each other. Alright, so you have these 2 power chords, and I'm going to align them vertically. And what I'll do is I'll just select them and I'll plug them into the bottom of the thing here. And you have your power chords coming out of the bottom. I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back again. And that'll just complete that. And certainly there are ways to make curvy chords, which I would recommend using some gradient mapping. Just make a line and do some gradient mapping on that line. And if you don't know how to do that, you should be able to look up a gradient mapping tutorial on YouTube. And I'm sure that I will go ahead and I can make a follow-up to this tutorial if anybody wants one, as to make some power chords that are gradient mapped and that look 3D and that are curvy. But this is pretty much it, and you should be able to take this basic shape and apply it in some of your designs. You may not even need the curvy power cords. Whatever you think. Anyway, I hope you learned something from this tutorial. I hope this is helpful coming closer to Christmas time, and if you liked this tutorial, please click like on YouTube.